Hey, amazing beings. Surprise! It's Free and Clear Fridays with Dr. Sarah. That's me. But it's taking place on Saturday. How's it get any better than that? Yesterday was really crazy day. Getting this in was not working at that moment. So here we are. And why not? You know, what is time anyways except a construct? You know, I think Einstein said it best. Time is relative. So here we are. Welcome. I'm so grateful to be here, to see you either in this moment or in the future. If you happen to be seeing this on IGTV, how does it get any better than this? And let's get started. Let's get started with checking in. How's your week been? Light? Heavy? Has there been ease? Has there been joy? Has there been abundance? Or has there been some heavy things coming in? You know, 'tis the season of the holidays coming upon us. The American holiday of Thanksgiving next week. You know, it can bring in a lot of energy. A lot of people's history, you know, around family, around celebrations. They're not always the lightest. You know, there can be, and there can be things that are heavy about it. So what if we look at all of that, even right now? Whatever is heavy for you related to the holidays, let's just go ahead and clear it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And this clearing statement comes to you straight from the amazing systematic tool, Access Consciousness. I'm going to put the link in my, I have it in the bio, but also on this thread when it lands on IGTV. You can check out the clearing statement on my website. So yes, everything that's showing up for you leading into the holiday of next week for Thanksgiving, let's destroy and uncreate anything that is heavy for you about that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So what this clearing statement does, just in case you didn't know, it takes anything that's heavy, anything that's limiting you, a thought, feeling, and emotion, and allows us to clear both sides of it so that you have more space, more awareness, more ease, so that you can get to the choices and possibilities rather than stuck in that algorithmic, head trippy, thought after thought, feeling after feeling of things that actually limit you from choosing something different. You know, a lot of times we're not in a conscious space in order to choose something else. This clearing statement that we do here, and you can use it outside of here certainly, will help you be more present, more at ease, more in the choices and possibilities. So again, anything that you're noticing, even when I say the word holiday, wow, there's a charge to that word. Let's destroy and uncreate that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what we would really like instead, right, is to have more space just to show up and be present with your in-laws, be present with your family, your children, your friends, whatever the case may be, having more ease and space just to enjoy the holiday, in this case, of gratitude, of Thanksgiving, which is really the truth. You know, I happen to live every day in gratitude, and that's something I always aim to be and to acknowledge the things I'm grateful for. Because there's an energy to gratitude. There's a space around gratitude. There's a gift in gratitude. So if we really get to what the holiday of Thanksgiving is, as we know, it is a space of gratitude, being grateful for, in this case, our country, being grateful for the beings around us, you know, earth, I'm going to say animals, anything, you know, that we can acknowledge to have gratitude for. So anywhere that you have been unable to get to gratitude, in part because you have so much frustration or anger or disappointment, you know, a lot of people are disappointing in our worlds because they aren't necessarily living in a way that allows us to have ease and peace and kindness. So everything that brings up, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow, well, when I said jump right into it, apparently we jumped right into it. And I'm going to segue, actually sidetrack from this topic for a moment and jump into a video content topic that I spoke of earlier this week, and that is the space of motivation. So everywhere you feel that you haven't been motivated, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right, wrong, good or bad, POD, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And even the word motivation can be really heavy. So let's destroy that energy around motivation. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, beyonds. Now, what we're taught in this reality is that motivation is really important. To be motivated. If you're not motivated, how are you going to get things done? How are you going to accomplish things? Well, the truth is, motivation actually is a limitation. The idea of motivation itself can be limiting. In that, motivation is an outside-in type of energy. You have to be motivated in order to get things done. It's an outside-in. If you don't have motivation, which makes it very significant, then what's wrong with you? Why are you that way? Well, everything that brings up, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So motivation itself can actually be a blocker in that you're relying on something in a way that's not going to get you what you desire. So everywhere, all your life, and everywhere you've been told to get motivated, destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, beyonds. And you know what's popping as I'm saying this is all the motivational speakers. Have you ever noticed, like, you have to get motivated, get pumped to do it, and then you'll leave one of those like facilitations or you're done listening to whatever the recording was, the video was, and then you're like, well, I still don't have the motivation I desire. In part, you know what's missing? Do you know what the missing part is? You. You're missing you. You're missing your space of question, of possibilities, of asking yourself, what would I like to choose right now? What would I like to create? What would I like to actualize? So once we get motivation out of the way, the energy of something outside of us being significant, then we can really get to, okay, what will it take to get this accomplished? What energy do I require here to choose this? Now, I could have gone into, since I'm doing this Free and Clear Fridays on Saturday, I have to get motivated to do this live. I have to get motivated to do my social media content. Oh my gosh, as I even say it, I'm like super sleepy and like fatigued, even just thinking about it. Because we're not meant to think about it. We're not meant to be in a space of like, I have to do this. I have to get this done. I require motivation to get this done. No, it's just a choice. So instead of me going into a limitation, which I didn't, is, I'm going to choose to do this on Saturday instead. That reads really light for me. And I love it actually because I love being outside the box. I really appreciate aiming to be the difference I be, which I am choosing actually all the time, even if it doesn't fit with this reality, even if it doesn't fit with time, even if it doesn't fit anyone else's point of view. So what would it be like for you to function the same way? What would it take to get clear on what would I like to choose right now? What would I like to choose? I don't need to motivate myself to choose what I choose. I'm just choosing it. Boom, done. So anywhere you haven't been willing to just be in the choice of choosing it and do a boom, done, mic drop, destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And you know what? There are people out there in the world that won't agree on what your choices are. Or they won't agree that motivation isn't the way. They're really big on motivation, and anything that anyone's big on, it will tend to limit them, because anytime you take a side on something, you charge it. So what would it be like to actually be in the choice of you all the time? Then you don't need anything outside of you to dictate whether or not we choose it, including motivation. So everything this brings up, everywhere you are looking to find something outside of you to give you the energy you need rather than accessing you and choosing it for you, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. So you can see why I desire to segue into this conversation. And this actually will apply to things coming up. Your future, certainly. But even this week going into the Thanksgiving holiday, it leads into, wow, I have to get motivated to get this stuff done. I'm having so many guests over, blah, blah, blah. All that. No, just get your choices. What am I going to choose right now that's going to allow me to do this quickly? Or what thing is most urgent right now? If I choose it and get it done, will contribute to everything else getting done with total ease. Now we're getting somewhere. Anything that won't allow that, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys, beyond. So, the other part to this is when I go into thinking about what motivation is and thinking into how am I going to get motivated to do this? What's it going to take for me to get motivated? It's not a present question. Maybe that last one a little closer to the what. But the truth is, anytime you go into thinking and concluding why am I not motivated, cuts you off from being in the moment to create something different, to choose what will allow you to get these things done much faster with ease. So anywhere that you've gone into conclusion and then into an illusion, and then you shut yourself down, and then you're like not prepared and have to wait to the last minute to get everything done because you're finally motivated. If you're lucky, really, you just finally choose it. Let's destroy and create all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys, beyond. So what would it be like to just actually choose it when you choose it? I chose to get on this live. I chose it when I chose it. Next. Anything that won't allow you just to choose and go into next, choose next, destroy and create all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys, beyond. It's a really weird thing. But our minds, this thing here, inside, the gamma area of the brain, where we think, where we overstimulate, where we feel, and there's other parts of the brain that contribute to that, but this part that we go into, the cognitive part of our minds, is where we limit ourselves. Because that part of the mind, or the brain actually, will not allow us to have a conscious space. It's set up on algorithms. It's set up on thinking, feeling, emotions. Those do not allow us to actually get to the moment of this moment to then choose differently. That's why we use, if there's a why, we use these clearing tools as a way to clear that space so that we have a space available to choose, to be in the awareness of what's working, what's not working, a light or heavy. It's a conscious space. Motivation, believe it or not, is an unconscious space. It is in part because I need something outside of myself to stimulate the energy. Anything outside of us that we depend on will limit us. And welcome to what this reality would probably call, addictive, compulsive, obsessive behaviors, whatever. But it's still, again, that side of the mind where we will limit ourselves. So everywhere you've been limiting you, by thinking, feeling, and emotions, everywhere you've been dependent on being motivated to get things done that only does you in, will you destroy and uncreate all that now, please? Right or wrong, good or bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys, pants. And let's go back for a moment. Like, where did you pick up this way of being along the way in this lifetime? Maybe it's other lifetimes, who knows? But is there something that you're aware of that you picked up on someone else's point of view of this? Or someone else's conclusion about this? So everywhere you bought someone else's point of view on this as yours when it's not, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys, beyond. So a lot of times when we're clearing this stuff, it will make zero freaking sense, okay? Zero. And you may not be able to identify anything, and nor does it matter. We're bringing up the energy, we're bringing up the frequency of whatever it is in order to release it, in order to clear it, in order to be in a space of awareness. It's so fascinating to me that it's that simple. Oh my God, it's that simple. But you know what? Our minds are so conditioned and they're like so stubborn and they're like kind of like a muscle, like a tight muscle around everything that just doesn't allow us always to be in that space. It is a choice. It is a choice to be present and conscious in this moment. You have to choose it. So it kind of is like a muscle that works, but it's just a matter of being aware of when your mind takes over and wants to limit you. So everywhere your mind is kind of like this stubborn muscle that doesn't want to release and doesn't want to clear because it thinks it's right or wrong or wants to make you wrong for it. Let's destroy and uncreate it all now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys, beyond. So I am a testament to using these tools. I use them all the time. And believe me, I still have a mind, but I've lost it many times. I aim to lose it all the time. And when I am in the space of losing my mind, it's so lovely. And most of the time it's not there. But what is there is this. It's ease. There's joy. There's what's called glory, which is an abundance of exuberance of life and living. And when it's not there, I'm clearing. I'm clearing anything that will limit my space with that. And I am a being that's choosing to live consciously. What if you were to choose that, even if no one else around you gets it? And be aware of the beings around you. Are they conducive to what you're looking to create now? Is it a space where they contribute to you? You know, it's something just to be in the awareness of, especially the closest people to you. What are they choosing in their world? And are you doing a lot of work to clear a lot of energy that you may not require having to do if those beings were not in your immediate circle? That's a big one, and that's probably a topic for another day to look at. But what if we clear that? Clear anywhere that you have made other people outside of you significant, and also the ones that are maybe not in the lightest interest to have in your immediate circle. So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And it doesn't mean they're bad. You know, it may just mean like, wow, do I actually share any, like, let's say ease with them? Do I share common awareness? What would it be like if I had more space just to be me? Would that person be able to hold that space for me? There's just some curious questions, and you can come up with some of your own. I had no idea this was going to go in this direction, but it is. So everything this brings up, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. And you know, this is really important when it comes to family too. You know, I know a lot of you will be around family in the next week and into the next month. You know, we do this holiday stuff on this planet, which is cool. It's great. And it's at the same time, it's not always the lightest, right? Family is not always the lightest space to be in. There's a whole acronym for that, which I'll share for another time. But anyway, so anywhere that you've made family significant, or anywhere that you know there are some beings in your family that are just not in the lightest interest of you, what would it be like just to say, like, use your energy this year to hold space where you don't have to join them in the limitation. So anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, amazing beings. So let's clear real quick anything again that has been limiting you this week. Anything that's heavy for you in this moment. Anything I've been talking about that's been really intense. Everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what would it be like for you to honor you, to acknowledge you, to be the gift of you? And part of that involves not judging yourself. Every time you judge you, you limit you. Every time you judge you, you stick you with some untruths that are not you. And you have to be vigilant about choosing not to judge yourself. And the ones that, those of you who think you're judging other people, you're likely actually not judging them. You're more likely picking up their own judgment. So this gets really complex, but it's very simple. What would it be like this week to have a space of ease without judgment? Use the energy of gratitude. There's going to be a lot of gratitude, of people showing up this week with gratitude. What would it be like to tap into that energy, tap in the space, and if no one else is doing it, do it for you. And that's the truth, no matter what, all the time. So, have an amazing week. You know I have your back. And what else is possible now that you can be in the judgment-free zone of you, in the space of gratitude, ease, joy, and glory for all eternity? Why not clear it that way? Anything will allow that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So stay tuned for next week. Whenever I do Free and Clear Fridays, aiming for it for next Friday, and or whenever it shows up. All right, amazing beings. You know I have your back, and I will see you again next time. Ciao for now.